Hello, collective. It's G here from Golden Thread Tarot, and I am here to bring you another channeled message. I hope this message is finding you blessed and full of abundance as always, my sweets. Okay, so let's find out what Spirit needs you to know about what's coming up, what's coming your way, what's going on. What do you need to know? Okay, that's a whole book. So you might be, because of the retrograde that's kind of going on right now, you might be feeling a sense of which way do I go, which path do I take, which way do I go forward, and you might be feeling some kind of confusion over options that are really presenting themselves to you. I definitely feel like there is this sense of camaraderie that's coming into your life really quickly. I feel like you're going to feel a part of a whole, or a part of a group, a part of a collective. You're really going to feel like you belong coming up here in the next few months, or you're really going to be working on establishing those types of relationships within a community, or within, this could be you finding a new job and then creating that kind of workplace environment between you and your other coworkers, or creating some kind of group, or joining some kind of, I don't know, some kind of group, some kind of society, some kind of whatever it is for you. I definitely feel like also here over the next few months, you're going to, especially this month, especially around this new moon, not new moon, this full moon in Pisces that we're having. Tomorrow, actually, from the day that I'm filming this. So you actually might be watching this after the full moon has already passed, but it should probably still be pretty strong into effect, because I definitely feel like this moon is definitely going to have some opening, like some kind of opening of your extra sensory perceptions. I'm not saying that quite right the way Spirit wants it to be, but Spirit is also saying that you're going to be making a very decisive decision here. That seems a little... Anyway, you're going to be making this kind of very head over kind of, I don't know, I don't want to say head over logic, but it is something that you have been that you've really been like mulling over, that you've really been thinking about, that's really kind of been something that's really been running your mind, or running, and possibly even affecting your emotions more than you want to admit that it has been. Okay. The Empress wanted to show itself twice. I did feel guided to put it back in the deck though, but she wanted to show herself. So you definitely could be growing, could be nurturing, could be putting forward the steps towards something that might feel like it's going to be moving really slowly at first. It's kind of like the first steps towards a really big manifestation, or a really big event, or something that you've really been trying to manifest into your experience, into your existence, into your timeline. And it's like the first baby steps of that are going to be started. This definitely could have to do with a relationship, or some kind of partnership of some kind, whether that be professionally, okay, whether that be romantically, professionally, whatever it is. It still could be professionally. It could be a new type of relationship blossoming between you. If this is more like career based, it could be between you and somebody who is in this kind of very emperor energy, okay? Or if this is more romantic, and an emperor energy is more what you're interested in, or what you're into as a partner, that could definitely be blossoming as well. Okay, they want me to leave that out. So it's all coming about. All the pieces are kind of being set into place, they're showing me like a chessboard, or like a checkers board or something like that, where you're like shedding, you're just like setting up all the pieces. All the pieces are being set into place. There are some things though, Spirit is saying that you might be feeling very guided to kind of hold back, or not really divulge. Like, I definitely, if this is a new relationship starting, or new friendship starting, I definitely feel like regardless of what it's going to grow into, it's going to start as a new relationship, or a new contact. It could start as a business contact that grows into a more or less, maybe I should say less professional, and more like friendship based. It is going to start slowly. It is going to just be, at the very beginning, and I definitely feel like there are going to be things that you feel like you need to like hold back or keep to yourself, or it's like I don't need to divulge everything all at once. It can just be a little bit at a time. It's like slowly, slowly getting to know somebody, slowly unraveling yourself, or slowly unraveling. But there is something here that you just can't get off your mind. There is something here that just keeps like, I don't want to say weighing on you, but it's definitely going to be like a big tower moment here. What is this Eight of Swords, Spirit? What is this that the collective can't get off their mind? Thank you. Okay. Two of Wands. A new pathway. A new pathway opening up. New opportunities. New pathway. Searching for an easier or a better way to do it, because you are feeling very you're feeling very weighed down. This could be you being like, okay, that's it. I'm finally like hiring a manager. I'm finally like hiring an assistant, or hiring something. It could, or hiring somebody to do a job. Or somebody could reach out to you saying, okay, that's it. I'm finally I'm gonna hire you. I'm gonna, I'm really gonna. It's giving me this sense of outsourcing, and it is giving me this sense of things starting really slow. If this is you hiring somebody, you're looking for somebody to handle some kind of job, or find some kind of third party outside like company or something to manufacture something that you're trying to produce or something, I do feel like it is going to it's going to start slow. I think, Spirit is telling you to take your time, do your research, really get to know this, and really get to know, if this is somebody you're thinking about partnering up with, or if this is whether it's a person or a company or a group or something like that, do your research on it. I do feel like it is something that is going to, over time, over a long, like a long period of time, it's going to set up a really good foundation for you. I also feel like it's going to make this, it's going to be something that makes you feel very successful. It's going to be something that makes you feel very, I think it's going to give you the sense of this is pretty good. This is a really good start. That's what it feels like. This is a really good start. It doesn't feel like something that is going to stay permanently at the spot that it is. It's something that is going to keep growing over time, but it is something that is going to be slow starting, but it's going to be very beneficial in the long term. Whether or not you stay with this company, or whether or not you stay with this, it is something that's going to start and it's going to grow over time. And I definitely feel like it's going to be a good springboard to you doing something else, or working with a different group, or being able to move up within a company. You know I do feel like it is a really good, it's a really good opportunity. It's a really good door opening. It's a really good foot in the door for you. It might not be exactly the position or exactly what you want right out the gate, but it is going to give you a lot of experience. And Spirit is saying, be patient and be kind with yourself. And it is something that's going to grow over time. And this will come. This Three of Cups energy that you really want, this celebratory energy, this camaraderie, this, wow, this is something. It's like meeting somebody and being like, oh, that's really exciting. It's not like this feeling of, oh my God, that's my new best friend, or oh my God, that's the love of my life. It's not that energy, but it is an energy of like, I like this person, or I like the energy of this group, of this place, of this company, of this. I really feel like it could be a really good opportunity for me. And, so it's something that I think it's definitely something that gives you this sense of safety, or that gives you this sense of a foundation that can grow and really build over time. But there is this sense of, don't give it away all at once. With this High Priestess and this Four of Pentacles, there is this sense of not giving everything away all at once. Yeah, it's like knowing more than you let on, or like knowing more. Yeah. And it might even be kind of a sense of you having to hold back. It might feel like a burden to hold back this, to hold this off. You might really, if it is a relationship, it could be a kind of situation where you're really getting out there and you're really enjoying your independence, and you're really enjoying, like, really getting out there and really enjoying your single life. And maybe you go out there and you have a really great opportunity with somebody, or a really great opportunity to do something, and you're like, I'm still exploring my options, or I don't want to put all of my eggs in one basket. It's like, I'm really putting myself out there, and I don't want to, this is kind of the energy of, I'm not trying to marry the first person that I go on a date with or something like that. It's this kind of energy of, wow, I just am really enjoying, I'm really putting a lot of energy into my work, into elevating myself. And maybe perhaps it's kind of a sense of, I want to be free and I want to be tied down at this very moment. I'm really enjoying the energy that I am in. I really feel like over time, this could really, blossom into something really nice. I'm just going to take my time. I'm going to let it unravel. I'm going to let it show itself to me, and I'm not going to give away everything all at once. What exactly is it that you're at? That Spirit is advising you to really slow down, to really take your time revealing. King of Wands. It could be how passionate you are about this, or how attracted. It could be, if it's a person, it could be how attracted you are to this person. It's this could be like a situation where you go into a new job, or you go into a new situation, and they're like, okay, this is the person that you're going to be working with, and you're like, oh my God, they're so hot, they're so attractive, like, oh my God. Okay, but I'm here to work. I'm here to get my job done. I'm here to do my job. Oh my God, they're flirting with me. Oh my God, they're giving me the eye. Like, whoa, whoa, whoa. Like, I just got here. I'm new here. No, how hard you're coming on to me seems like maybe you're that because let's be honest, okay? Let's be honest about it, okay? We all know that one person that you can tell is that guy or that girl that talks to every single new person that starts at a company or works there, and is like, you just know that energy, and this person kind of gives off that energy, or you make assumptions about this person based on how they look, or based on their actions and how they're acting about things. You might even hear a lot of people say, oh, they're such a, like, oh, that person, said this or did this. They have the, like, you might kind of do the, oh, they're kind of intense. It's like, oh yeah, they're really hot. Oh yeah, they're kind of flirtatious. They flirt with everybody. And you're like, oh, okay, that's just what it is. And it's kind of giving me that kind of energy where it's like, you probably say this to everybody. You probably do this with everybody. Like, I bet everybody's throwing themselves at you. So it's almost this kind of sense of like, I don't want it to be that easy for you. You're way too attractive, or I'm way too attracted to you. And it's this energy of, it's this energy of, I don't, maybe it could even be this energy of, I don't want to be as attracted to you as I am because you're my boss, or because I'm trying to be professional, or I'm trying to have, I'm trying to create this. I'm here to work. I'm here to make money. I'm here to do my job. It's giving me that kind of energy. But yeah, because it's giving me this very like pursued energy. Or if this is a person that that you're going on a date with or something, and if they're coming on strong, this is kind of giving me that energy of like, not giving away everything at once. And I'm not just talking about physically, at all. I'm also talking about, just allowing yourself to unravel. You could even be and like I said, you could even be in the situation where you're like, I'm here to make money, or I'm here to make connections. I'm here to do this. I'm here to be professional. I'm not here to be flirting. I'm not here to be came onto all the time, because that's not what it's about. I'm here to do this, but there is a lot of really beautiful, abundant energy, like blossoming, and you're just like shining and looking great and looking like wonderful. Yeah, I feel like you have a lot of new ideas and a lot of new creative projects, or a lot of opportunities opening up for you, and you're just blossoming and looking great. And there's this energy here of you kind of being like, no, like, yeah, like, no. um why is this resistance here? Because you want it. You want this person, or you want this, if you really, really do. Okay, I just heard, what is it? Heartbreaker, dream maker. Don't you mess around with me. You're a Heartbreaker, dream maker. Yeah, you gotta. Don't you mess around with me? No. Like, yeah, it's kind of giving me that energy where you're kind of like, I'm not doing this. I'm not doing this. I'm not doing this. No, I didn't just start a brand new job and I don't have like literally the hottest person that I've ever seen in my seen in front of me, standing in front of me in my life is my new boss. Like, nah, I'm not doing this. I'm not doing this. I'm telling you, Mama, I'm telling you. Like, it is like, you're like, Oh, honey, and they're into you too. Oh, honey. Yes. And you're like, I'm here to make money. I'm here to make money. I'm not trying to mess this up. I'm not trying to mess this up. Yes, you're saying, like, I hear somebody saying, I'm here to collab and make money and going about my business. And, ooh. And you're just like, it's so hard. I feel like it's giving me this energy of like, it's hard not to flirt with this person, or it's hard not to fall for this temptation kind of energy. Why is there so much resistance here, Spirit? Why is there so much resistance here? It's almost this energy of nobody's that perfect, or nobody has all that going on. Because it's like the more you sit there and talk to this person, the more you're just like, God, like, jeez, like. And it's almost this energy of like, it's like, like, it's almost like, no, I'm going to refuse to not fall for this out of, like, I don't want to say out of spite. It's something as strong as out of spite, but it's this energy of like, no, like, you're really attractive, or you seem like you get everything you want, and I'm not going to give in. I'm not just going to, but when I tell you that this person is like wish fulfillment, like if you sat down and wrote a list of what you would want in a person or in a friend or in whatever it is that you're looking for in a job, whatever, it's like perfectly lining up. It's perfectly lining up. And it's this and it's this energy here of like, yeah, it's that energy of like narrowing your eyes, like, I don't trust this. Like, it's just too great. I don't trust this. Why is this person coming on to me? Like, what do you mean? Like, or why is this? I don't know. It's this. Yeah, it's this resistance inside of you. It's this back and forth resistance inside of you to start a new journey. Okay, what? Okay. Wow, that was such a quick answer. I almost. I was gonna say, what would happen if like you given, or like you decide to do this? 10 of Pentacles, King of Pentacles, three of Pentacles. You would be starting a brand new like soul contract or soul cycle with this person. Yeah. Or if you see yourself as sitting in the more masculine energy, I really feel like you would find yourself very grounded in this, into this, like very grounded into this relationship, or into this partnership, into this deal, into this soul cycle with this person. It is about you learning lessons. Tower in reverse. It would change a lot. It would change a lot about your life. There are a lot of things that would leave, that would be rearranged, that would be torn down, and things wouldn't, there, like, a lot of permanent changes would happen to your life. A lot of permanent changes would happen to your life. It would be quite an adventure, right? And Spirit is saying there are a lot of opportunities that would come like as wish fulfillment. But it is giving me this sense of maybe perhaps it wouldn't be the most longest lasting thing. Like I said earlier when I was talking about the company, it's like, oh, this is a good springboard, or this is a good jumping board. This is a good place to, build up my resume, or look really good on, have, move up quickly, or go ahead and take this manager position. And then, it looks really good on a resume, or it's a really good experience, even if it's like, but it's kind of like, I feel like your resistance to this is that you possibly could be a little bit more closed-minded about the experience that this could offer you, especially if this is a situation here where it's like a love situation. You could be like, you could be very resistant because you're like, I'm not looking for love right now. I just, I'm trying to work on my abundance. I'm trying to work on my independence. I'm damn sure not trying to get into a relationship or commit to like a long-term relationship right now. I'm trying to work on my independence. Or it might be something something closer to, this doesn't seem like a position that is going to be long lasting, but Spirit's saying you're kind of closing your mind to, or back to, sorry, to, thank you, Spirit, to the relationship. It could also be a thing where you're, oh my God, I lost it again. Why does it keep kind of going? Yeah, you're pushing it away so hard. It's like this thing of like, oh, my next one is going to be my forever, or my partner, or my spouse, that kind of like eternal energy. And it could be because you're really looking for, it's like, yeah, but see, this is so weird. Like you're balancing in between some part of you wanting to be with somebody who's like your forever person, like your spouse, like your I don't know, your like your twin flame, or your perfect person, or something like that, like your vibrational match. And there's something about this person that like your spirit can tell, it's like, this is not going to be your forever person, or this is not going to be your, but it could be something that's really good for you, or really beneficial for you moving forward into the future. I think it would be very emotionally developing for you, as well as something about this would actually really benefit you working on your independence. Are you working on, it could be because, like I said, you're going into a new job, or a new location, or a new opportunity to like partner up with a company or work with something. And you're like, wow, I'm making really good money here. Or, I'm really working and putting a lot of things on. I'm really working and putting a lot of things that are going to look really good, for me in the future. I'm getting a lot of experience here. I'm learning a lot of lessons here. I'm learning this might not be my forever job, or my last place that I live, or that I work, or that, the last person that I date, or the last person I'm in a relationship with. However, I'm learning a lot, and I'm transforming a lot through this. It's this very transformative, transitional energy that's kind of really, swooping in. Yeah, I keep just cutting on that same, that same, like death energy. Oh my gosh, look at this. Death, the Wheel of Fortune, the Lovers, and the Hierophant, as well as the Strength card and the Justice card. Oh my God, so many major arcana. This is a major spiritual kind of like thoroughfare in your journey. Like, this is a major spiritual point. Like a very destined meeting, a very destined, it's been planned for a very long time. You've been putting a lot of work into this situation here. And I think Spirit is asking you to have a little bit more of an open mind about it. But you have a lot of resistance to this. And I don't think it's because it's like necessarily that it's going to be a negative thing or a bad thing for you. It's going to provide a lot of happiness and a lot of healing for you. Yeah, I just keep hearing like like a very narrow-minded view. Yeah, I just keep hearing like interesting wild ride. Okay. You're going to receive communication very soon. Page of Swords. Oof. You're going to receive communication very soon that's about a very, ooh, yes. It's a super destined like event or a super destined opportunity that's coming into your life. Wheel of Fortune and the Ace of Wands. It's for a brand new, it's something that could be offering a brand new passionate beginning for you. Something that you've never experienced before, but something I feel like you've really been manifesting, like you really want it. You really want this experience. Your soul has been really thirsty for learning this lesson or receiving this information, getting this communication. Um, Because for some of you, it's going to be very literal. It's going to be very like a person reaching out to you, communicating in some kind of way, through some kind of, DM, email, um, text message, phone call, something like that. Maybe even talking to you directly about something in person or having a meeting with you, something like that. And it is, I think it's going to feel very kind of like, oh, that's a lot. Oh, that's a lot. What do I do with this information? Like, what do I do with this opportunity? Like, wow, really? Yeah, the world. It's a brand new cycle. Those cycles in the past are closing out for you, and a brand new soul cycle is opening for you. Brand new opportunities and brand new doors, brand new choices. It's a really big opportunity to walk away from all these things in the past, you know, and it's coming in quickly. Knight of Swords, and it's something that you are manifesting in, or that you're growing. And it's coming in because you have left behind something in the past. You've left behind something else. You've decided to walk away from something. Excuse me. Knight of Cups, and that's why it's coming in. I think if you are when this opportunity shows up and it comes about, don't be afraid to say, oh, give me a little bit of time to think about this. Or, if it is an offer or something, well, give me a little bit of time to do my research on your company or on you as a person or on this. Give me, a few days, give me a little bit of time to really, um, do like my background homework, or let me, give me a little bit of time to get like a lawyer or get some kind of representative to look over a contract, or, look over this or decide what I should be doing. Please be aware. I'm not trying to scare anybody or, make anybody feel superstitious, but we are going into Mercury retrograde. So that is always a time that you have to be very careful about fine print, that you have to be very careful about signing contracts. We are going to be in Mercury retrograde all the way till the end of September. So just be aware of that coming in, and be aware of starting those new contracts, because Mercury retrograde can also be a time of, technological difficulties and miscommunications as well. So just be aware of that. Make sure that you are making your viewpoint very well known, and make sure that you are getting, that second opinion, that second eyes, to look over any kind of contracts that you might be signing during this time. I'm not telling you not to sign any contracts, just read them over very carefully, go through them with a fine-tooth comb. Um, but definitely go into this with the, don't go into this naively, but also don't go into it with a very pessimistic viewpoint of like, that can't, oh, it's too good to be true. There has to be a catch somewhere. It's no, it's just about covering your own tail. It's about covering and, managing yourself wisely. Because this definitely is nine. This definitely is, um, a sense of having your wish fulfillment or having wishes granted, having what you've been wanting coming towards you. But the Nine of Cups can also be a more selfish energy as well. And I don't mean in the sense, I do feel like the Nine of Cups can also be like a very healthy selfishness. We've talked about this on the channel before, where it's like you're really putting your interest into yourself, but it can also be, like, just because of the body language of this person sitting here, it can be very kind of like, I have all this and I'm keeping it to myself. I'm holding back. I'm not exactly participating in this, or maybe even get to a point where you're too settled and you're not willing to take as many risks, because I don't know, there is a sense here of don't get too complacent as well. Um, okay. Yeah, there keeps being this message over and over and over again of taking, excuse me, of taking your time, not rushing into anything, not giving away everything at once, letting things reveal themselves over time. Really learning the, to really keep in mind the lessons that you've learned from the past, but to not be so, to not pick up any kind of like fear or pain or misjudgment of people based on experiences that you've had in the past as well. And I think also that some of you could feel kind of, you could feel some of this paranoia, or some of this kind of like, should I trust this, could be coming up because something is, excuse me, because something is coming up during Mercury retrograde. You could be kind of like, I don't know, not everybody that's going to come towards you or pop up in your life is going to be an ex or a karmic, or, a negative person, like a devil person in your life. Not everybody that pops up during this time is going to be that energy. So keep that in mind as well. As I say that, the devil card pops up. Oh, that's so funny. As I was saying that, I was like, watch the devil card pop up, and it did. That's funny. Um, I feel like this is also going to be a big time of commitment for you. Like commitment to yourself, commitment to your purpose, commitment to your dreams, commitment to whatever it is that you have been like failing to commit to, or you've been failing to really pull the trigger and really dive into. I definitely feel like that energy is going to be subsiding over the next like few days and few weeks for a lot of you. And this new energy of, okay, like, I'm gonna do what I need to do, I'm gonna dive into this, I'm gonna commit to what I know that I need to commit to. And for a lot of you, this could be expanding your knowledge or expanding your understanding of something in the physical world. It could be, committing to going to classes, or committing to a new, like, I don't know, a new lifestyle, a new workout routine, a new fitness routine, a new diet, a new, like every day, like, I'm going to lay out my schedule and I'm going to stick to that schedule. And, I'm going to commit a certain amount of time to work, and a certain amount of time to my friends, and a certain amount of time to relaxation and, self-improvement. And I'm going to stick to that really closely. Yeah. And it's really about really finishing out this Virgo season really strongly, and with a lot of it feels like you've been spending a lot of time reflecting, and now it feels like you're going to be spending a lot of time kind of making those moves based on all those reflections that you've been doing and that you've been having about yourself. And it's really going to be about some really like balancing get to work time. After all this kind of hermit mode, after all of this kind of, as I say that, the hermit flops out again. But yeah, so there is this kind of like you've had this hermit mode, kind of releasing energy, going inside, getting it together, organizing, planning, setting, manifesting, figuring out what you really want. And now here is this full energy of really going out there and getting what you really need. To set all of this into place and really committing to, okay, here are my plans, here's what I do. um, there could be this indecisive or kind of back and forth nature that you've been fighting over the past few months or in the past that have been holding you back or stopping you. It could be fears, it could be karmic cycles, lessons that you were closing out, that you were really divorcing yourself from. And I definitely feel like with that strength card appearing, like you're finding that strength inside of yourself to really wake up, to really fight that energy and to overcome it. To really, there's that wake up energy, to really find the purpose of a lot of things, but like put it in check. It's like, okay, I know that my ego has a purpose, but I'm putting it in check. I know that my shadow side has a purpose, but I'm putting it in check. you know um and finding something inside of yourself to overcome these kind of devilish intentions or devilish or intrusive thoughts, whether or not it's like, oh, you're going to fail, you're not going to make it or something like that. It's a lot of like this devil energy is like more like the devil energy that's within, and less about the devil energy from somebody else, like a karmic or somebody or something like that coming into your life. This feels more like addressing the devil energy within, and finding the strength to prevail over that and to see it for what it really is, to label it for what it really is, to know when your fears or your anxiety or your ego or your wounded inner child is speaking or, being triggered, and it's like lash out or do this or do that or run away or say that, and it's like, no, let's breathe a little bit. Let's step back. Let's not be scared to say, I need space or I need time or give me time to think about this. Don't be scared to really tell people what you need and what your expectations are, because you will be surprised how many people are going to step up and actually meet those expectations once you make them clear. And this is an energy of not being afraid or not being scared to step up and let people know what you expect and what you will tolerate and what you want and what's okay and what's not okay. Um, because everything that won't fit up to that is going to fall away, right? Everything that won't fit up to that is going to fall away. And yes, for some of you, it could be saying, I don't want this or I don't want that. And there could be friends or families or jobs that you're asked to leave because that's not vibing with who you really are. It's going to be obvious because there's going to be a lot of obvious discomfort. It's going to be, yeah, very apparent to you over the next few months what actions, what thought process, what places, what people, what things, even something down to what you put in your body, what you eat. You're going to find that when your body is telling you, no, don't eat that or don't do that, you're going to have a reaction or you're going to get an upset stomach or something like that. And you're going to be like, well, that's my body telling me no more of this. Let's try something else. Let's try something different. Let's do something different. Let's break out of these old stagnant ways and fears of really challenging ourselves to commit to these things that we, really committing to the things that we might have been scared to try in the past because we were scared to fail or we were scared to give up or we were, something, along those lines as well. That's all popping up and that's all coming up. But you're really victorious in this. Like, you really find your way through it. And that's what Spirit wants you to know. It might be very I don't know if I want to say emotionally taxing, or, you know, it could be a kind of like a wild ride for yourself, kind of up and down and this and that way, and kind of figuring yourself out and finding the balance out of all of that. But it's definitely going to be some, it's definitely going to be something. Yeah. But a lot of really great things is going to ground through this happening and through you going. And there are definitely some things, like I said before, that you are 100% at the end of it going to be like, so happy that I walked away from that. I'm not being controlled by that side of myself or that side of um, someone else anymore. Yeah, I feel like there's a lot of throat chakra work that's happening here, because there's a lot of standing up and not being scared to really tell people what you need and how you really and how you feel. It's like finding that good balance between when it's appropriate to stand up and say no, this and this, and then know when sometimes it's your ego or it's your wounded inner child telling you to lash out, or feeling triggered. And it's like finding a balance between, okay, what is me just wanting to say something or me just being inappropriate, and what is, no, you need to step up and you need to say how you really feel about things in this situation. And I feel like you're going to be figuring that out, and it's really going to give you this really lovely sense of independence, and it's really going to give you this really lovely kind of sense of balance inside of yourself, as well as this kind of Nine of Pentacles is that kind of pre-Empress energy where it's like, yeah, I'm really finding my stride, I'm really finding my place. And I really feel like that you're going to love this energy so much inside of yourself that that's why you're going to feel very defensive when this person, okay, this person could be a Scorpio or they could be very scorpionic. They're, you know, when this big transformation and this big possibility of having this new soul contract with this new person, place, thing, business, whatever it is, comes in, which is why you might feel kind of like, I don't know, I kind of like this new me that I'm finding out. You know, I kind of like this, and there is this energy of somehow you feel like you're gonna have to give some of that up. It's like, I'm gonna have to give it up, or I'm gonna have to sacrifice that, or, you know, it's like, damn, I just found myself like I'm not trying to. For some of you, there is a sense of having a fear of living in someone's shadow, or having a fear of being outshadowed, because it's like, I'm shining so bright and I'm finally really being myself. And it's like, I don't want to go from, oh, I finally found my independence, to being so and so's partner, or, you know, yeah, it's kind of that energy where it's like, it's still some kind of resistance to surrendering. That's what Spirit is saying. And it is this energy of feeling like you need to fight for your independence. Hmm. All right. Well, I've asked the question a couple of times, and, you know, we've gotten some kind of answer, but I feel like more will come out later on this subject matter. But I feel like that's. Is there anything else that you want to say, Spirit? Yes. Okay. So you have something to say about something else. It was just 4334. So excuse me. This is very like marrying energy coming out here. Ooh. You are anxious about something coming up here. A relationship. You're very anxious. You're starting a brand new journey, but you are very anxious about. Again, why do we keep talking about this independence? Um, it could be a sense where you're just kind of like nervous to kind of get back out there, or nervous if you've been in this single or this this kind of going on a journey where you're finding yourself and you're going through your spiritual awakening, and you're, like you're cleansing yourself of your past energies, and now you're kind of getting back out there, and you feel kind of nervous, and you feel this kind of nervous energy of like I just found this beautiful energy inside of myself. Like, why do I immediately need to share it with somebody else? Like, I don't know. You're kind of like, yeah, look, like you're hot, but being independent sounds so good right now. I don't know. Hey, you need to make the best decision that you feel like is right for you. Just make sure that you're making that decision based on your instincts and not your fears, and not your triggers, and not your need to self-sabotage, your need to push things away just because, you know. Um, I feel like this Nine of Swords energy is happening here because there is this kind of mixed up energy of worrying about self-sabotaging yourself out of a good thing, and missing out on something that you feel like could be very beautiful, or um could be very conducive to your future, or it could be very beneficial to your future, but very beneficial to your healing process. Also, on top of that, I feel like if this is a love, I feel like you are super attracted to this person. Oh my God, you're like, oh, they're coming on so hot and heavy, and they are so attractive, and I am so attracted to them, and I want them, and it's very clear that they want me, and I don't, why, but there is this like, but it's a strong but, and I don't. It could just be where it's vastly different for all of you, but there is this strong like but this and but that and but this and but that, and here, you know, that Nine of Swords, like, yeah, Spirit says they want you to think of less of like, is this person the one? Is this person my spouse? Is this person my twin flame? Is this person my soulmate? Is this person, instead of thinking something like that, think something similar, think something closer to along the lines of like, what am I supposed to be learning from this experience? What am I supposed to be learning from this experience? Yeah, because there's a reason all these anxieties are being triggered in you. You're really being shown a lot of like your fears, or you're really being shown a lot of your insecurities around a relationship. And also you're being shown a lot of your insecurities about who you really are, because this person's coming out King of Wands, Queen of Wands. You're actually really energetically matching up with this person, but there is something in this that kind of makes you feel like you are kind of like, really, but why? Why am I energetically matching up to this person? So that might be it, that might be, where you're kind of like, what seeds am I planting here? How am I manifesting someone? Now that I have it here in my hand, I've been waiting so long for these seeds to manifest, and here they are, these fruit, I planted and I grew and I took care of it and I manifested and I believed, and boom, here I finally have it in my hands, and it's kind of like, I don't know. Do I really want it? Is this really what I wanted? Is it really showing up in the way that feels right in my life? Um, I do feel like there is a chance for a lot of really good like stability, and a lot of peace and love and understanding, and a lot of growth on your part, but I also feel like there is a chance for you to break your own heart. um I don't know. I don't want to say something as you know, it's kind of like, ooh, no, I don't want to say shaky ground. See, almost treacherous, and almost kind of like shaky ground. Kind of, it's like all those words are too much, because it's not gonna it's not gonna be like that. It's not gonna be, yeah, because you've opened up a new cycle and you've healed a lot of the things that you have healed. It's not going to be like relationships, or like things were in the past that felt very heavy and very karmic and very like toxic. It doesn't quite feel that way. it feels more about like, it's not necessarily that this person or this situation is going to be toxic. It's more about how you decide to handle it and how you think about it and how you work through it, and how much of the energy that you claim within inside of yourself. Because, like I said, you do match up to this person energetically, and it is along the sense of you kind of being like, so I energetically align to this, huh? Like, I don't know if this is what I want. But Spirit keeps saying that there is an opportunity here that you are overlooking, that you're kind of, because you're being like, oh, because this isn't my forever person, it means that I failed, or it means that, oh, no, I just need to toss this person to the side because they're not my, they're not my husband, or they're not my wife, or they're not my long-term, committed something. But it's like, it's not always supposed to be that way. It's not. Some people, some people along this journey are just, they're just going to be people that you just enjoy being in a relationship with for the time that you're in a relationship with them. You learn what you need to learn and you move on. It doesn't always have to be toxic. It doesn't always have to be you getting your heart ripped out, and this person cheating on you or doing this or doing that. And you could have a very, like, in a box mindset. It's like either they're a terrible, horrible, no good, karmic, toxic person, or they're the one. And it's like there are lots of things, lots of lessons, and lots of steps in between those two things. And it's kind of almost like your body is like, if they're not the one, they're this toxic person. It's like, not quite. Not quite, not at all, really. See. um yeah, there is this sense of, check your own toxicity, or check your own issues, or check your own triggers, check your own wounds, check your own anxieties, check your own, that kind of energy. Because, yeah, this person is embodying the energy that you are embodying. So there's a message, in that. Yeah, Spirit saying this is an important lesson. Because it's about the experience. It's really about the experience. And you might miss the experience of this person or this thing because you feel like you're missing out on something else. It's like, ugh, why is this person coming in when they're not the one? Why? It could almost feel like the sense of like wasting time, like, ugh, like I've wasted time, or like, but it's not that. I really feel like this person or this thing is coming in to really teach you to appreciate exactly where you are in this moment, and to teach you to really appreciate living in the moment and not living so much like in the past, or living so much in the future, or living so much like out of time of where you are right now. I really feel like this person is coming into your life to really teach you to really pay attention to what's really happening right now, right in front of you. What experiences are you going through, and what parts of those experiences are you not consciously really taking in or appreciating, because you're so busy worrying about, is this person the one, or is this the final job, or is this job my life purpose, or, what's it going to be, what's it going to turn out to be, trying to analyze it and pick it apart. And yeah, so Spirit could really be saying, hey, really allow yourself to really kind of, yeah, stop being so above it and kind of get into it, is also something that Spirit wants to say. Stop being so aloof or so above it and really get into it. Yeah, because if you stay in that sense of picking things apart or analyzing always looking for what's the bigger message, what's the something I'm not getting, but what's the next step, or what's the next, it's making you where you're not appreciating the steps that you're in right now, because you're so worried about getting to that end goal, or you're so worried about getting to the next step, that you're not appreciating where you've come from, or where you are right now, how much you have, because you're so worried about what's the next thing, what's the next thing, but what's the next thing, but what's the next step, but what's the next goal. And I really feel like this situation, this experience is really going to help you to bring yourself and ground yourself back into this current moment right now. This person if it is a person, this person feels very kind of Taurian in a way, where it feels very grounded, and it feels very like in the present. Like this person is very much so about appreciating what's happening right now in front of you, right now, like what's happening right now, what are you experiencing right now, what are you feeling right now. Bring yourself into this present moment, bring yourself into this moment right now, bring yourself into your physical reality right now, that's really playing out in front of you. That's what this overall experience that you're drawing in, that's coming in next, is really trying to show you, and it's really trying to make you appreciate. Yeah, because I really feel like you're really manifesting learning a lot of your life lessons right now through experiences with other people, or through relationships. And not just romantic, but business, platonic, friendship, all that, family. Yeah. Spirit also wants to say to you that, remember, as to what you sink your most time into is what's going to grow. What you put your focus is what's going to be the focus of what's happening in your life. So, don't waste your time with things that you don't want to grow, or that you don't want to happen. Don't waste your time with worries and fears and anxieties of things that could happen, or that aren't happening, or that you don't want to happen. Focus on what is working. Focus on what you do want to grow. Focus on what you really want. Okay, one, really hone in on what you really want. And then once you know what that is, focus on that. Focus on that. And focus on grounding yourself into your reality, and into your body, and into your present everyday moment. Don't let your time like slip away constantly worrying about what's the next step, or what's the next thing coming. Yeah, Spirit's also saying something about, some of you are really pouring in a lot of focus in trying to avoid a situation, avoid a karmic, avoid a past person, avoid, a certain experience from coming into you. And because you're putting so much focus on, I just don't want this, for some of you, that experience is, I feel like that's different than this, but that experience is coming back towards you. Or that experience is coming towards you, because you're pouring so much of your focus into it. Or you have been in the past pouring so much of your focus into it. Yeah, and Spirit said that for a lot of you, you're just kind of like along for the ride while it plays out now. Yeah, Queen of Wands. This is not a bad energy to be in. Yeah. Because embodying this energy and being in it is exactly what's attracting the next step, the next phase of your journey into being. And it is definitely going to be a big, major tower moment in your life, a big, major moment in your life that I think is going to change a lot. You're going to look back on this moment. And I think for a lot of you, this is going to be something that's a part of your legacy that you leave behind. That this is going to be something that is very prosperous for you, um, abundant for you. And Spirit said that you might go through some ups and downs or some inner, in some kind of Three of Swords kind of energy, but you are going to look back on this in the future and be like, I'm happy that I went through that experience. I'm genuinely happy that I met that person, or I took that, or I met that experience, because if I hadn't have gone through that experience, I wouldn't be where I am now. So Spirit is saying, stop resisting something that is so crucial. It's such a crucial part to developing yourself. It's such a crucial lesson that you're really trying so hard to avoid. Yeah. Not like Spirit wants to say that not all karmic people that come into your life are going to be as toxic or as low vibrational as people have been in the past. Justice. So there is this sense of balance. There is this sense of like karma coming around and coming due. Yeah, there's going to be good things and there's going to be bad things. There's going to be some things that you really worked on and that Spirit is just like that you're going to receive a lot of blessings for. And there are going to be other things that you're going to realize you should have worked on in a different way. But it's like now you know. Now you know that you should have worked on it in a different way, or you should have had, it's like, okay, well, now I know in the future to not do that, or to not, that when I'm given a certain direction, I should trust it and follow it, or whatever. I definitely don't feel like it's gonna be. You're still gonna be going through life. There's still gonna be ups. There's still gonna be downs. There's still gonna be shocking moments. There's still gonna be like, shit, what do I do moments. But there's also gonna be like, I can't believe this is so wonderful and so happy, and I'm having such a good time, and I'm so, there are gonna be a lot of those moments too. So, Spirit saying, just enjoy your life. Just enjoy your life. And for a lot of you, I feel like this kind of like slow down energy is happening, because you feel how quickly this is coming rushing in towards you, and it's almost like the sense of, okay, slow down. Okay, slow down. Slow down, stop. Slow down, stop, 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 stop. Like that kind of energy, but it is rushing towards you. It's inevitable. Yeah, and there's going to be a lot of things that it's time for you to leave behind. There's a lot of ways and mentalities and thought process. This is a lot about you and your internal self, how you see yourself, how you see the world, how you interact with the world. A lot of that is going to be shed and left behind. Yeah, this is a brand new journey that you're going on, and really, honestly, in the end, it's going to be a really positive journey. So I feel like a lot of you have a lot of fears that you're holding on to from the past, because maybe perhaps you have started a journey in the past and then it ended up with you being with a karmic, or it ended up with you kind of, getting your heart broken, or getting, going through these kind of dark night of the soul energy, and you're kind of like, do I want to go through this again? And it's like, yeah, but it's going to get easier. It's going to get better. Since you've gone so deep before, it's going to get better. It's going to get better. And I definitely feel like, this. There is this sense of knowing, the sense of destiny, the sense of, I knew it had to come, and I knew it had to happen, and I knew that it would happen. I knew that the lessons, I've been here before, and I knew these lessons were going to pop up again, or I knew that, I would be, I don't want to say tested, or I would be shown certain things. It definitely has to do with a major relationship. I don't know, for some of you, you could be feeling like you missed out on something. At the end of it, you could look back and say, well, I kind of maybe I missed an opportunity, or you could be feeling like you're missing out on an opportunity. I don't know. It's going to be different. All right, I'm sure that we'll get into it more as the energy develops, okay? Thank you guys, as always, for being here. I really appreciate you. Let me know down below if this resonated for you, okay? If it did, please give the content a like, okay? Or subscribe to the channel to receive more messages and join the tribe, okay? If you have any suggestions about readings that you would like to see, whether or not they're pick cards or channel messages or anything like that, let me know in the comment section down below. Thank you guys so very much for being here with me today. I hope that this brought the love, light, and clarity that you were really looking for in your situation. And I will see you lovelies in the next one, okay? Bye.